Hi guys, thank you for joining me back here again on the 401 Files. It's an absolute pleasure of mine to have each and every one of you guys here, like-minded people that tune into the 401 Files to listen to these thought-provoking, strange and sometimes unexplainable stories. So I really do appreciate that, guys, you all taking the time to sit here with me, and the support as well. The support that you guys have been showing me here on the channel over the last few weeks has been absolutely amazing. Please don't think that all your hard work goes unnoticed. It really doesn't. I check the YouTube analytics on my channel here on the 401 Files, and I see those numbers climbing all the time. So really, guys, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everything that you do. I've got a really interesting story for you guys today that I'm going to share. This is coming to me from a guy called Stuart Mays. So Stuart, thank you so much for sharing this personal encounter that you've had. It's obviously stuck with you for a very long time, and I do appreciate and respect you for sending that in and entrusting me with this story. So Stuart, thank you for that. Without further ado, I think we're going to dive straight in, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this. So like I said, thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Hi Ben, here's my story for you. This one took place back in 1992. I was a recruit infantry soldier at the time, and I was on a 2-week exercise here in Scotland. Me and my close friend, who we called Big Jim, were on guard duty through the night. It was a nice night here in the Highlands, warm, quiet and dry, but most importantly, the midge repellent was actually working. Me and Jim decided to go for a tactical smoke down behind the ablutions block. It was around about 2 o'clock in the morning at the time. We were both laying face down, cupping our cigarettes to the ground and blowing the smoke back through the grass while keeping our eyes and ears on full alert. Neither of us fancied being caught out smoking while on guard duty, because that's only ever going to attract a world of pain, especially in basic training. As we laid there silently, we heard loud voices, very loud voices, talking amongst each other, coming from the toilet block. It sounded like people arguing. They were loud, but not so loud that we could hear individual words or make out what they were saying. One thing was certain though, whoever they were, they definitely didn't sound English. We were both a bit rattled by this, and we quickly stubbed our cigarettes out and put the butts in our pockets. We then decided to creep up to the toilet block and pretended that we were just checking around the area. This is where it gets really weird. The toilet block was not only deserted inside, but it stood in complete darkness. We were both thankful that we hadn't been caught smoking on duty, and so we just carried on with the rest of our guard. But fast forward 10 years later, I'm now a civilian, and I'm sat here at home in front of the TV watching a programme about the paranormal. This particular programme was talking about haunted places here in Scotland. So I carried on watching, and to my amazement, that very same camp where I'd done the 2-week exercise was now appearing on the show. It turns out that this camp was actually a prisoner of war camp used to house German soldiers in World War II. And apparently, there had been a few German soldiers that were hung by the hands of fellow inmates. Those German soldiers were hung in the very same toilet block where me and Big Jim had heard the arguing. This camp is now a well-recognised paranormal site here in Scotland, and it's called Culty Bragan, or Camp 21, if anyone wants to check this out, either online or in real life. Wow, what an incredible story. Thank you so much, Stuart, for sending me this in. I really do appreciate that, buddy. I think that this story definitely falls under the paranormal banner, like with poltergeists, spirits, entities, apparitions, that kind of thing. This sounds very much to me like a paranormal encounter. I have no doubt that this has affected you in some way, shape or form, even if you don't first acknowledge that. Like a lot of the times after these experiences, subconsciously, we look at the world through different eyes. We question things in a way that we wouldn't once before. So thank you so much for entrusting in me with this story. And it'd be cool to speak to Big Jim as well, your friend that you experienced this with. But what I like about this story is the fact that years later, I think you said like 10 years later, you're now at home watching this paranormal program, and they kind of confirmed something that you'd already experienced. On the program, they're talking about this toilet block being used to hang German soldiers, and before you even caught wind of that story or the reality of that taking place, years before, you were hearing some kind of German conversation going back and forth in this very same toilet block. So that only to me cements this story even more. Very, very, very creepy. I can't imagine the goosebumps that you guys got after this event. Thank you so much though, Stuart, for sending me this in. I really do appreciate that. And like I always say, guys, if you do have a story that you wish to share here on the channel, please do send them in to 401files@gmail.com. Until next time, guys, take it easy, stay safe wherever you are in the world, and if you are in a position to do so, then please do look after somebody else as well.